This is A.D. Roberts. Welcome to Better Is Now, the podcast. I believe we live in a world filled with limitless possibilities, and in this world we are all looking to feel, do, and to be better. From that limitlessness, gentle nudges arise to remind us of our own possibilities. Today's nudge is about to begin right now.
Hey my friends, this is AD. Welcome you back to another episode of Better Is Now. I hope this week has been absolutely wonderful for you so far, but it's about to get better. Today we're going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is a subject that, it sounds lame, for many of us. It sounds lame, but I will tell you that gratitude, I promise you, will be your formula for new success. Gratitude is so key in everything that we do because the universe responds to energy. I always talk about energy and I always talk about vibration. And so this week is going to be no different than any other week. So let's just jump right in. So let's start to understand that our lives, as we talked about last week, are a reflection of our thoughts. And I want to connect our minds, our thought with our physical bodies. The two are together. If you didn't have your body, you couldn't be having this experience right now. So I'm thankful that we have this body so that we can have this experience and I can be talking to you and you can be listening to me and we can be in communion with one another, because without these bodies in this three-dimensional reality, it might create a tad bit of a challenge. But when you understand that as your thoughts grow and where your attention follows, there's a response in our bodies. So, to how it feels when you're feeling happy. What does happy feel like? Because see, the thought, the words, they're for up here, they're for the mind. But the feelings are for our bodies. And our bodies speak a language, and that language is feeling. I'm going to say that again. Our bodies have a language, and that language is our feelings. And our bodies are constantly talking to us. And it's in response to our environment, and it's also in response to the words that are coming out of our mouths based on the thoughts that we're having. So if you are in a state or place where your body is not so at ease, if you're uncomfortable, if you're not feeling excited about life, if you're dealing with depression, because I've been there. I have been in a space and time where I was dealing with such a dark depression that I didn't want to get up out of bed. I didn't want to get up out of bed. I didn't want to talk on the phone. I didn't want to be social. One of my good friends always talks about depression wants isolation, and it seeks isolation. It wants to be cut off from the world. So in that deep, dark state of depression, the language of my body was telling me that it was not happy. The depression felt, my stomach was always in knots. There was a knot in my throat, or as you might say, a frog or so. My body didn't feel good. I had no appetite. I didn't want to eat. That was my body trying to have a conversation with me in response to the thoughts that I was holding. What were the thoughts I was holding? I was having thoughts about I didn't want to get out of bed. I wasn't excited about life. I wasn't excited about what I had going on. I was operating from a very fear-based standpoint. I had hit a mile marker in my life as far as age was concerned, and I felt like I was getting old. when you hit these markers, when you hit 30, you hit 40, you hit 50, you start to look back over your life and your experience, and you start to say, have I hit all of the markers? Have I done all of the things that I said I was going to do? And unfortunately, many times we haven't. We have sacrificed so much as a result of fear. So I'm going to get to gratitude in a minute, because I'm going to pull us out of this state using gratitude. But depression for me was a home. Well, and I've coached a number of people over the years, and that was their same space. They were dealing with anxiety. They were dealing with depression. And if you understand the language of the body, this is all energy, and this is all vibration. And these vibrations and this energy is a result of the thoughts that we're holding about our lives, how we see ourselves, how we see our lives. Some of the things that you're doing right now, you didn't see yourself doing many years ago. You saw something totally different. And I totally understand that, because that was my experience. I saw something very, very different for myself. But when I when I listened to my senses, when I listened to what was going on around me, when I opened my eyes in the morning and my feet hit the ground, the world that I saw did not look like the picture that I had held in my mind for so many years. Being hopeful and being diligent and beginning to work towards the thing that I said I wanted to experience. That was my challenge. But that started a downward spiral because of the thoughts that I was holding in my mind. I started to internalize those things into feelings, because my body could through its communion with my thoughts, it would respond, and it didn't feel good. So conversely, when you're happy and you're feeling good, then guess what? The whole your physiology changes, the chemical makeup of your body changes, the hormones that are released into your bloodstream are different when you're happy versus when you're not happy. When you're happy and you're excited about life and you're looking forward to jumping out of bed in the morning, you have serotonin and all of those things that are released, and you get excited about things. And there's peace of mind and all of that stuff that comes along with the positive thinking aspect. But when you're in a deep, dark place of depression and sadness and doubt and fear and anxiety and all of those things, many of us have been prone and trained and taught by society and by, traditional medicines and all of those things that we need to take some medication. Now, there are some situations, I'm not a physician, but there are some situations where there may be some, chemical imbalances in the body, and you have to take medication for a season. But are you supposed to take them forever? I am one that believes that there can be a shift and change in your body. You can change the chemical construct of your being by virtue of your mind and your emotions. There's a very, very beautiful topic or a field of study called epigenetics. And it talks about how our environment influences the biology of our bodies, how it influences the chemical makeup. And so if you want to change things, and we've heard this so many times, you can't open new doors with old keys. You can't have a new experience doing the same old things. So if you want to experience something new and something fresh in your life, you're going to have to incorporate some new things into your space. You're going to have to do some new things in your life. And this new thing, I have discovered at a very deep and meaningful way, that when you begin to look at your life through different lenses, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will actually change. And that is so true on so many levels, from a quantum physics level to being able to manifest this life that you have seen for yourself. So how do you come out of this darkness? Because this darkness is a low vibrational energy. The depression is a low vibrational energy. Happiness is a higher vibrational energy. How do you move from this state to the next? How you do it is with work. There is no magic pill. There is no magic pill to create some magical existence. You may be able to take medication and it may make you feel better for a season, but you'll be dependent upon that medication, and that medication has certain side effects. You know, I'm not against modern medicine at all. Some of my closest friends are, medical doctors, but at the same token, I've watched them live balanced lives. So there is more to this life than us having a ready-made fix. So again, how do you move from the lower vibration to the higher vibration? It is very, very simple. It is very, very simple. You have to, and I'm just going to be very, very transparent. You have to be really ready to do the work. And if you're ready to do the work, I'm going to give you some of the formula today so that you can start that work. One of the things I really believe in is meditation. I believe in meditation more so now at this point in my life than anything else. There is being quiet and connecting to your source energy, whether you call it God or you call it universe, whether you call it Jesus Christ, whether you call it Allah, Buddha, whatever it is. When you can quiet your mind and connect to that which is larger than you. And if and this came to me today, you have to go within in order to break out. You have to go within in order to break out. I promise you, that which you're struggling with most right now, the thing that the life that you have seen for yourself, it is waiting for you. I promise you it's waiting for you, but you have to do the work. So here's beginning to make the shift to do the work. First, you have to understand that there's a direct connection between your thoughts and your physical body. You have to understand that the words that come out of your mouth and things that you speak over yourself, it influences everything about you within you and outside of you. You have to understand that there's an electromagnetic field that is around you. Whether you believe me or not, it doesn't matter. But there is a field around you of energy. You're just not this physical body. You're more than this physical body. This physical body is a vehicle, that allows us to hang out and do cool stuff here in this third dimensional reality. But beyond that, you are spirit. Your spirit, your energy, it radiates beyond these physical boundaries. And this space is also connected to something that is bigger than you, always. But the problem is consciousness. The problem is consciousness by virtue of our focus. We're so busy focusing on ourselves and our problems and our issues, and we're focusing on our troubles and our worries and our finances and how we're going to survive and where we're going to live. You have allowed your circumstances to shrink you down to this tiny little particle. You've allowed your circumstances to shrink you down to nothing. That is why it's so easy for you to feel dark and depressed, because you've allowed this you that is enormous and immense and expansive and just eternal, the infinite part of you, you've allowed that by virtue of your focus tuning into a level of consciousness that is so far beneath your greatest self that it can be pushed around by events and circumstances in your life. See, when you expand that consciousness and you expand your focus onto the larger picture and you tap into that which is infinite about yourself, these tiny little movements down here in this third dimensional reality cannot affect you as easily. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from a perspective that I have experienced it myself, and I'm telling you as a coach and seeing it in the lives of the students that I've had over the years. You want to move from a low vibrational place to a higher vibrational place where you start to feel good and you're releasing these wonderful chemicals into your body and you start to feel better and look better. Well, that focus has to shift. How do you shift that focus? Meditation is a beautiful way to do that. You have to get quiet, and as you get quiet, you have to connect with that which is larger than you. As you connect with that which is larger than you, you expand right along with it. And as you expand right along with it, you begin to bring into your body an experience. You begin to tap into powers and energies that vibrate on a much higher frequency, and it will change the chemical makeup of your body. It will change how you feel on the inside. And when you change the way you feel on the inside, the way you look at the world on the outside will be very different. Why? Because you have expanded your consciousness from this tiny myopic place of a particle into one that is more expansive and broad and wide, and you can no longer be pushed around by the events of the day. Will things happen that will frustrate you? Yes. That's life. That's this reality. But these things that I'm trying to share with you here will help you move beyond those moments so much faster. So much faster. So in this meditative state that you're in, the goal is to quiet yourself, to quiet your thoughts so that you can expand your consciousness. As you expand your consciousness, you pull in faculties, you tap into creativity, you tap into the larger, higher, more beautiful, more vibrant version of yourself. And as you tap into this higher version of yourself, you're able to do the miraculous. The miraculous can work through you and in you and by you. In this very moment, if you pull your focus right now by virtue of your breath, become present. Remember, we talked last week about the pains of the past and the fears of the future. Forget the pains of the past. We're not going to worry about the pains of the past because our focus is not going to be on that which happened yesterday or the day before or any of the pains associated with that stuff, because our bodies remember it. You know, like when you have one of those thoughts and you play a mental movie of the pain of the past, it manifests itself in your body. You can feel it. The adrenaline begins to rush in your bloodstream. And I'm not going to get into the so much of the biology of what's happening into your body, but I will say that there are negative effects chemically that in a heightened state of awareness. And when I say a heightened state of awareness, I mean anxiety, stress, those heightened states where they're within who we are as human beings. They're designed to keep us alert when we're in danger, a situation that allows us to, it's moving around certain blood to certain places and allows us to run, the fight or flight syndrome, all of these things. But there are chemicals that are being released into your body and they affect us when we're in those states of being. But if you can shift that state of being to one of present and relaxed and calm, just by virtue of your breath. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. And as you breathe deeply, you can calm your body down physically. And then as you calm your body down physically, then that can translate into your thoughts. So what we're going to do is this thing about gratitude. I want to start this part of our talk today by saying thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving me a platform to share that which I've learned over the years. Thank you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be able to touch so many people through so many different platforms, whether it's on a podcast platform like Anchor or Spotify or Apple or whatever the platform is, or even YouTube. I'm so thankful for it. So right now, I want you to understand that gratitude in and of itself is like a program, or maybe a pill if you want to use that analogy. And I want you to take that medicine, the medicine of gratitude, and if you put that pill of gratitude in your mouth and you ingest it into your body, it will change the chemical makeup of your body. Gratitude is saying thank you for where you are right now. Gratitude is being thankful for the relationships you have in your life, being thankful for that which you do have, because I promise you, there's someone in your space that would trade shoes with you at the drop of a dime. They would take every problem that you have, every worry, every doubt, and they would love to be in your shoes. So be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the opportunity that you have to get it right. That's a big one. Be grateful right now in this moment that you have the ability to get it right, to try again, to fix it, to make it better. Because we're still here. And as long as you are still here, you have the right, the privilege, and the opportunity to shift your life in the direction that you really, really want it to be. And being thankful, what it does is it projects out into the universe this new vibration. And you transform your body into a beacon for happiness and joy, because you can't be sad and grateful at the same time. You cannot be thankful for the life that you have and lament over it at the same time. You cannot be thankful for your children or grateful for the money that you do have in your bank account. You can't be grateful for those things and feel bad at the same time. It's impossible. That's not how this works. So starting each day, start your day with gratitude. Be thankful for everything that you have in your space. Do an assessment right now of where you are. If you're driving in your car, if you're on your lunch break, or if you're just lying at home, if you're at home and you can pull out a piece of paper, if you have a journal, write in that journal what it is that you're grateful for. And I want you to meditate on those things. I want you to get quiet. And there's so many meditations out here. And I'm going to be creating some meditations on my YouTube channel that will help to empower you to the next level of your life. And gratitude is going to be one of the programs that we use in order to change the matrix of our being. It's one of the things that I had to use. It was when I chose to be thankful for that which I had and that which I was experiencing. Because I remember days when I didn't know what I was going to be grateful for, but what I did say I was grateful for was the opportunity to shift and to change. Something as simple as having the opportunity to shift and change and to grow. Because this isn't fixed. This life that we're living isn't fixed. The situation that you're in right now is not fixed. You are not stuck in a box. You're not stuck in a rut. The only place that has you stuck is your mind and your perception of the reality that you have going on. You want to shift that? Let's start by being grateful for where you are and being grateful for the opportunity to make it better tomorrow by virtue of what you're making the decisions to do today. Because it's what you do right now in this very moment, the choices that you make right now in this moment that will dictate the life that you will live tomorrow. My first mentor, Dr. Blunt, used to always say, do today what others won't so you'll live tomorrow like others don't. That's where you are right now in this moment. If you have the power and the strength to hear me or to watch me here, you have the ability to make any decision to shift and to change. Even if you're in the darkest place, you can do that. And you're going to start as simple right now with being grateful for where you are, having the ability to even hear this talk, having the ability to pick up that pen, to have a book, to have a light, to have whatever it is that you need to jot down what it is that you are grateful for. Because gratitude is everything, baby. Trust me when I tell you. Gratitude will pull you out of the darkest place, and then gratitude will actually hold you and keep you in that vibrational frequency. Now, see, here's another thing. Let's talk about creating tomorrow. Let's talk about creating a better life. How you create that better life. See, when you start to hold on to gratitude and you start to have gratitude be a vibrational frequency that is constantly beaming in you and beaming away from you. When you walk in gratitude all of the time, it changes the energy field around you, and it makes you a beacon for that which you are grateful for. So the thing that you're grateful for, the universe is going to say, oh, wow, AD is grateful for that. Well, guess what? Let's give him some more of it. If there's a thing that you're truly grateful for, and you just can't say that you're grateful for it, you have to put in the work. You have to feel what gratitude is. In this moment right now, we have a few more minutes left. I want you to imagine for a second what gratitude feels like. The last time you were truly grateful for that thing, whatever that thing is, I want you to hold on to that. Think about what that feels like. Feel it through your very being. Let the hairs on your arms stand up, because you know what gratitude feels like, and you hold that vibration as long as you can. I want you to walk into this. This is like a walking meditation, so to speak. And as you are moving about through your day and you have that feeling of gratitude, I want you to imbue that feeling of gratitude with more of the stuff that you're grateful for. And the more you're grateful for a thing, the more you'll attract that thing into your space. The more you hold that vibrational frequency, you're a beacon and you're radiating constantly out that this is for you. You're not going to be stuck in this place. You're not. I can tell you from experience, you will not be stuck in this place. The season that you're in, the place that you are right now. You have been given more power by virtue of that which is larger than you, that you're connected to all of the time. You are connected to a source that is abundant, that is without fail, without lack, without want, all of that stuff. And all you have to do is expand your consciousness, connecting to that which is, and I promise you, you'll be able to download all of the good frequencies and all of the great stuff that you want, and your life will change. And you have to do the work. You can't just do this one time and think, oh, I'm better. Because yes, you'll be better that day, but if you have a propensity to go back. You know what I'm talking about. You have a propensity to go back. We all do, especially if we've been dealing with these negative states of being for a long time. If we've been dealing with these negative states of being for a long time, I promise you it'll come back over and over again. But we have to break the cycle, because old locks, old keys can't open new doors. Old keys can't open new doors. So the old person that you were, you have to find yourself renewed. You have to find yourself reborn. The old you has to die and the new you has to step into this wonderful, beautiful place. And you have that as a tool. And one of the keys that you can use, that I use and have taught successfully, is gratitude. Gratitude is everything. I'm excited for you. Today you have your marching orders. You know exactly what you need to do. You're going to raise that vibrational frequency. You're going to shift from that low place to that high place by expanding your consciousness and tapping into gratitude and using gratitude as that key that is going to unlock these new doors. Listen, this is exciting. You're going to have to put in the work, though. You're not going to be able to do it just one time. Sometimes you're going to have to do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. But it's okay. You did a lot worse all day and all night before. I know. Been there, done that. You've been listening to A.D. Roberts. This is my purpose. This is my passion. This is what I do. This is exactly what I do. And I'm so thankful for this audience and this opportunity to share. And make sure that you tune in and you subscribe and you like and you comment and share this with your friends, because somebody needs to hear this. This right here, just this 30-minute talk on the power of gratitude and how it can change your life. You have a friend, you have a family member, somebody needs to hear this. So please go out and share it. And guess what? Have a wonderful day. Enjoy some life. I'll see you next time.
This is A.D. Roberts, and you have been listening to Better Is Now, the podcast. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for awesome programs and inspiring publications. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our very own Anchor. See you next time.